All right, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I was home just in time for the beginning of the WWE's Money in the Bank. They kicked it off with a ladder match. You got to give it to them. I thought that was one they were going to save for the ladder match, but it was one hell of a way to start off an exciting show. You had this packed full of guys. Everybody who was here, Roman Reigns, Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton, Sheamus. It was a really good match, and this was a fun way to kick off the show. Honestly, in my mind, I thought that Roman Reigns really was the guy that was going to be taking this match. It seemed like he was the favorite. He was the one guy that they were really building behind to really get to the point of what they were supposed to do. There was highlights in these matches for almost everyone. They got their moment in the sun. My boy Kofi Kingston wasn't able to pull down the victory, but we're going to have to see. I really believe that the New Day was going to pull that out. What the Kofi Kingston versus Brock Lesnar match in Japan means, I do not know as of right now. But the big story looks like they're going with the Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt feud. There was a moment where Bray Wyatt interrupted the match when Roman Reigns was climbing up to grab the Money in the Bank briefcase. And from there, Roman was out of the match and it was over with. He had knocked everyone down. We got to see basically Roman go one-on-one with Randy Orton, a lot like their SummerSlam match where they were going back and forth, where Roman Reigns threw the Superman punch. Randy Orton was able to jump out of the way. Randy went for the RKO. Roman was able to duck out of the way. Then Roman Reigns speared Randy, and it looked like that was going to be the spot that really highlighted the match. We get to see lots of arrows and lots of flying jumps from Neville. He really got to highlight in this match. Kane had some cool spots where he was taking guys out. I don't think anybody really thought that he was going to do it. Ziggler really fit into the match, but never really took it over. I think if anybody didn't seem like they really had a spot to win this, it would have been him. But Sheamus pulls down the Money in the Bank briefcase. Sheamus is the guy that's going to be carrying the briefcase. He is the new Money in the Bank. He is a two-time WWE champion and at least a one-time world heavyweight champion. So I don't know, it sort of takes away from it. I always thought the Money in the Bank briefcase was more like a future stars sort of thing. I know that some people like Edge or CM Punk were able to use it to cash in more than once, and then Randy Orton was able to win, cash in, and become like a million-time champion as well. But we're going to have to see where we go from here. Sheamus, is filming the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, as well as he's just made his big return from injury. We're going to have to see where we go. Sheamus, I don't really know how he's going to fit in with Seth Rollins as a champion, as right now he's playing a heel. But, there is the rumors and the feeling out there from watching the show that Seth Rollins might be turning babyface, or maybe even Dean Ambrose might be walking out with the championship. But it looks like everyone's dream of Roman Reigns winning the Money in the Bank and going on to become champion stopped tonight. It's going to be a little bit weird. Sheamus, a heel, I can remember him almost being cashed in on by Miz when Miz had won the Money in the Bank. He ended up not going through with it, but it was a fun and exciting moment on Monday Night Raw. I tip your hat to all the guys that were in this match. They all gave their body up. More than likely, Roman Reigns, I don't think he'll miss any time, but you got to know that he somehow injured that arm, elbow, hand, something in there with that big, flying jump out of the ring. Leave that to the smaller guys, Roman. You're a big star. We don't need that from you. But thanks to everybody. Damn good match, and we'll see what we got going on with Paige delivering her promo. She might be coming on next. That was the best finish I've ever seen in a Divas match. That was fucking awesome. I know that they've done this twins routine for a million years, most famously by the Killer Bees, a tag team out of the 80s. And we've seen twin magic work. And I know that in my preview video for this match, I talked about how stupid twin magic was, how we hadn't seen it in years. The girls don't even really look the same anymore. But they played that to perfection right there. Very awesome spot in this match where both girls were up on top of the turnbuckles and they both knocked each other down. The Bellas switched each other out. Brie was under the ring. She switched out with Nikki. She went into the ring with a fresh Brie going up against Paige, and they went into a tussle. Brie tried to roll up Paige. Paige reversed it for the 1-2-3 roll up. and got the 1, 2, 3, and immediately after she got pinned, she starts pulling out the stuffing from her top to show that, hey, look, I don't have titties like this one over here does. I'm Brie. She pulled down her drawers to the point of showing her tattoos to show off the little birds that she has tattooed on her pelvic bones, saying, look, this is who I am. Paige kicked Brie's ass and then turned around as Nikki put the big forearm on her, picked her up for the rack attack, and that was it. It was awesome. That was a very cool finish. Very good match from both Nikki and Brie. I wasn't expecting a whole lot from this, but you know, I keep saying that Nikki keeps improving. The twin magic routine really worked out. I've been saying for a while that I'm really hoping that Paige is going to go into her bag of tricks and pull out her good buddy and really save Emma's career and bring her to the limelight once again, because we haven't seen anything from her since Santino left. But that was a very fun finish. It played off the Elimination Chamber a little bit with the false finish of Paige getting the victory, but they didn't play Paige's music. They didn't do anything with the title. They didn't give the referee any moments because Brie immediately went into it. So you got the sort of false finish, but you knew from watching that what had happened, and that was very, very cool. You know, congratulations to whoever came up with that finish. Very good match from Nikki. Very good match from Brie. No, not Brie. Paige. And I really, really liked that. I thought that was a really fun thing. Nikki keeps her championship. She even picked up the stuffing off of the mat and was wiping her tears for all of the fans. And for Paige, Paige is going to have to come up with a new plan. She's going to have to figure it out. She's been saying that the Bellas have been running the Divas division for far too long. And if you can't beat them, you got to join them. And we're going to have to see what plan she comes up with to see what we're going to see. No doubt in my mind, we're going to be seeing Nikki versus Paige again very soon. In my prediction, I said that this wasn't the pay-per-view, that Paige was going to get it back. I saw that it would be going for one more. I knew that they were going to be getting some sort of a weird finish to it, and we were right. See where we go from here. But wow, good stuff. Congratulations to Paige and Nikki. They pulled it off. We go right into the Intercontinental Championship match with Intercontinental Champion going up against Big Show. And this match really was better than I thought it was going to be. I normally really like two big dudes getting in the ring and beating the hell out of each other, but I didn't expect a lot out of this match. But honestly, it started with The Miz coming down to make his entrance. I was wondering, was he going to be the special guest referee? He ended up just delivering a promo to his home state of Ohio, talking about how he was better than them, how he left them in order to make anything in the the TV and movie business. Basically just being a star the way he is, you have to live in either New York or LA, and that's basically what he did the first chance he got the bolt out of this town. He really did. Sort of surprised that I was thinking about this, why The Miz isn't some sort of a host, judge, trainer / anything. Why is The Miz not a part of this year's Tough Enough? He seems to be one of the guys that's come off Tough Enough who's had one of the best careers in the history of Tough Enough. And he's gone on to main event WrestleMania. He's gone on to become WWE champion. And it seems like they just don't even really acknowledge that he was a part of it. They sure love talking about Ryback being a part of the same series. And The Miz came down to almost winning Tough Enough. And Ryback was out of there pretty soon. But in this match, the match started with Ryback taking it right to Big Show, putting the beat down to him pretty fast. I thought they were going to go with one of those, quick under a minute victories. It was kind of a shocking thing. I thought maybe Ryback had something that, or maybe Big Show had some sort of injury. Maybe he needed to be out of the ring sooner than later, but ended up falling out of the ring. Ryback took the attack to Miz. He pulled him over the announce table, beat on him for a second, and threw him right back over the table. That ended up being what led to the finish of the match, was basically Ryback and Big Show finally getting back into the ring and finally putting the beat down. Miz snuck into the ring with the microphone, attacked Big Show with it, laying him out, then attacked Ryback, laying both of them out, walking out the victor. Basically, Big Show was crowned the winner of the match via disqualification, while Ryback basically didn't... he gets to keep his championship, loses the match. I thought that this was leading towards a three-way at this show, but I guess they're going to have to do it at Battleground, or maybe, the way WWE does it, maybe they'll just have the payoff on Monday Night Raw. But look for some sort of a three-way between Ryback, Big Show, and The Miz. Sort of thinking that this might put The Miz in a little bit of a light and really sort of bring something back to him. Coming out of the feud that he had with Mizdow, coming back and not even getting into the Intercontinental Championship. I was sort of wondering what they were going to be doing with Miz, but I've been wondering what they've been doing with Miz for a really long time and why they're not pushing him into a better spot. But we'll see what happens with Miz. Hopefully him, Ryback, Big Show can find a way to have a good match at, I guess, Battleground. Peace out. Well... Cena got his win back, but that was a fucking awesome match. You can say that, I believe 3 This Is Awesome chants broke out during the Kevin Owens versus John Cena match. The match was very, very good. Both of these guys bring out the best of each other during the match. I really like the fact of, during the match, John Cena kept on taking it to Kevin Owens, and as the match was going on, basically, Kevin Owens was kicking out of so many 2 counts that Cena was going to the referee, and Cena was arguing with the referee, basically telling him to hurry up the count or make sure that the count was a 2 and not a 3, because Cena thought that he had put the win away. Kevin Owens, as the match was going on, whether if it was him hitting the pop-up powerbomb or any other moves along the way, basically, if he got a 2 count, he just got up and started to put more of a beat down on John Cena. He didn't fight with the referee. He didn't ask for any favors or anything like that. He just kept the match going from here. The match ended with the Cena getting the FU, followed up the springboard stunner, and Cena got the win back. Cena's showing a sign of respect to Kevin Owens right there in the middle of the ring, basically with the United States title in his hand, basically pointing at Kevin Owens. And I think he's basically gonna try and get everyone in there to show the respect to him. Owens coming up to the main roster has really been a big step to John Cena in this mid-card range. With him having the United States Championship, Cena's showing a lot of respect to him in the NXT title. Owens looks like he wants to accept the respect. He takes the title, and he's waving it around. Cena's offering the handshake. No doubt in my mind that Owens shook his hand. I thought that Owens was going to turn on him, and I think it's going to be coming soon. But, yep, there it is. Bam. Kick his ass now. Who didn't see that coming? But I really like the fact that these matches have been really good. You can tell that Kevin Owens has been a big fan of WWE Monday Night Raw. His son is a really big John Cena fan. He's probably seen most of John Cena's matches, watching him with his son. He really plays off of Cena really well, stealing his catchphrases, stealing his moves. I know that he did a good deal of his moveset, even stole one of his t-shirts while he was in Ring of Honor with the Kill Steen Kill, which became Fight Steen Fight, which ripped off the WrestleMania 28 sort of black, red, white, and blue shirt. But it looks like Kevin Owens in the next match is going to be taking his attention to the United States title, as Owens is picking up the United States title. I can't tell if he's going to hit Cena with it or if he's going to be leaving with it. But you can tell that it is a really big deal. Owens has the big match against Samoa Joe, which is going to be non-title on NXT this week. Look, he's leaving with the title. You lost the match, dumbass. But I don't know. People are cheering for him. No, he just threw the belt down. I'm guessing that more than likely the next match is going to be, maybe it'll be title for title. Maybe it'll be one title or not. But it seems like Kevin Owens has his schedule really packed. This week on NXT is going to be the non-title match against Samoa Joe. He's already booked against Finn Balor on the 4th of July show in Japan. I'm guessing that they're going to be going with a rematch, Owens versus Cena for Battleground. So he's got 3 real big matches on his plate right now to see where we're going from here. But following the Springboard Stunner, which launched into the FU, basically, or is the AA, whatever the fuck it's called. He hit the big move, and Cena was able to get the win. Awesome match from these guys. Really tip your hat at them. They really go out there and they really give it to you. Great placement from this. As I'm looking at the rest of the show, it's coming up on almost 6:45, so you still got about an hour left. You still got Ambrose going up against Rollins. We've still got the primetime players against the New Day. And that's it. Oh, so wow, just 2 matches left. For some reason, I thought there was a third one, but probably gonna get the tag title match here, and then it looks like they're gonna give a whole lot of time to Rollins versus Ambrose in that ladder match. So looking forward to that. Cena having the help from the referees. They're dragging him to the back. They're going to be setting up to something for tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. We got new champs! Oh! Yes! That came out of nowhere. I was super surprised. I will be totally honest. Primetime players win the WWE Tag Team Championships. I looked at this as a match as a little bit of a piss break. I ran to the bathroom earlier. I went to the kitchen. I made some sausage. That way I would have something to eat during the main event because I'm pretty hungry here. But Primetime players win the Tag Championships. They beat the New Day. Kofi Kingston was not able to be at the match because of the beating that he sustained earlier on in the match, earlier on in the Money in the Bank ladder match. But Xavier Woods and Biggie Langston in the ring looked like they were handling business, but the big pump handle slam from Titus O'Neil, and he's able to get the 1, 2, 3. Man, they're celebrating out in the crowd. Titus O'Neil just won Father of the Year award. Great time for him in WWE. Primetime Players, a team that just got together right before WrestleMania. That's March, April, May, June. So maybe in 3 months, the Harper and Rowan who just got back together, who were not able to be at the Elimination Chamber for some reason, maybe they will matter in about 3 months from now. But, the Primetime Players were a damn good tag team. And it's honestly, 2012, I think, is the one we went to. I thought that was when they were really going to get it done. That was right after Abraham Washington had gotten fired. My buddy Kevin at the Staples Center at SummerSlam started a Kobe Bryant chant that actually got over. I really thought that was the time that they were actually going to start winning and they were actually going to start meaning anything. I'm still a big fan of the New Day. I'm hoping that they're able to get their tag titles back sooner than later, but I'm pumped for Titus and for Darren. That they've really been able to push through. They tried the singles thing and it just didn't really work out. Darren Young got injured. Titus O'Neil, didn't really get over as a heel. He ended up becoming one of the goofs on Monday Night Raw that every time they needed an authority beatdown, he just came running down there as a heel, but never really got established in his own feuds. So it is what it is, and we'll move on to the main event with the big ladder match with Dean Ambrose going up against Seth Rollins. See who the true WWE champion is going to be, and hopefully Sheamus shows his face and gets somehow involved and shows off what it's like to be Mr. Money in the Bank. But congratulations to the Primetime Players pulling out the millions of dollars win, new tag team champions. WWE is actually going to be giving us a few weeks build in order to get to the next pay-per-view, which is going to be Battleground, which of course is going to be on the WWE Network. And the first match announced is going to be Roman Reigns going up against Bray Wyatt. The big question is, why did Bray Wyatt target Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns had his shot. He beat down everyone. He seemed to be in control. He was the only one in the Money in the Bank ladder match to be climbing up the ladder. There was nobody else in the ring when the Bray Wyatt intro started. Everything went dark. When the lights came back on, he appeared. He was underneath Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was still grabbing for the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Bray Wyatt tipped the ladder over, making it where Roman Reigns would not be able to grab the contract. Is Bray Wyatt now a contracted player for the Authority, seeing how it looks like the Authority is going to be losing Seth Rollins, maybe dumping him and going in another direction, or is Bray Wyatt maybe just angry that Roman Reigns beat him in order to qualify for the Money in the Bank match itself? Bray Wyatt had a one-on-one match just 2 weeks ago against Roman Reigns when Roman Reigns had already wrestled 2 matches prior, and Roman was able to still pull out the win, going 3-0 on one episode of Monday Night Raw, and it sort of shows you where Bray Wyatt really sits. Roman Reigns, your Royal Rumble winner, your main event wrestler of WrestleMania 31. He also competed in the main event of not the main event, but he was in the Money in the Bank match itself. And, Bray Wyatt is a guy that came into WWE 2 years ago, and he just really hasn't got anything. Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns, honestly, in my mind, is not the feud that is going to get Bray Wyatt over. At this point, I believe that they have no idea what is going to be going on with either of these guys. Definitely, you can even see that Randy Orton is lost in the mix about where his next feud is going to be. But Bray versus Roman doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, and I know for a lot of times, I say, let's just see what happens, let's see how this plays out. We don't even have a Monday Night Raw angle where we're going to be getting the reasoning from Bray Wyatt about why he tipped the ladder over a match, but when it comes down to it, Bray's going to come out, it's going to be all dark, we're all going to like his entrance, he's going to start to talk, we're all going to get bored, barely understand anything the guy's saying, and we're just going to be counting down until these guys finally have a match. Roman Reigns, maybe it looks like he's not going to be a part of the Brock Lesnar deal, with Brock Lesnar showing up on Monday Night Raw tomorrow, but we're going to have to see where this goes from here and what direction we're going to. But Roman Reigns against Bray Wyatt is the first match named for the Battleground show. It's already been said that Brock Lesnar is going to be a part of it, but, where do we go from here? And, how does this help Bray? How does this help Roman? I don't know. I got to see more. Tonight's main event honestly really did deliver. That was an awesome match from Ambrose and Rollins. I know that everybody knew from the Shield days, from their FCW/NXT days, these guys have a big, long history together and have always put on really, really great matches. When the match was about to begin, we saw Rollins making his way to the ring before he was stopped by Kane, basically saying that since WrestleMania, since Rollins won the championship, Kane had been waiting for this moment for Rollins to be in this match because he was looking for a chance for Rollins to bury himself and be able to say that he is not the guy that he says he is. And after that, he turned around and walked right into the Authority with Stephanie McMahon basically saying that it was Rollins' time to shine, now or never, and that if he did not walk out of Money in the Bank with the WWE Championship, there would be no one to blame but Rollins. Honestly, when it came down to it, in this match, we saw no Triple H, we saw no Stephanie McMahon, we saw no Kane, we saw no J&J Security. It was truly a one-on-one ladder match, Rollins versus Ambrose. I was really looking for some tricks or surprises, something up his sleeve. Maybe the whole Authority thing was a ruse, and the Authority were all together, and then once the match was still going on, they would surround the ring, and it'd be like 100 guys against Ambrose. When this match started out, Rollins was able to get the early lead in this match, basically beating down Dean Ambrose down to the floor, and then basically, collapsing his leg in between some ladders, basically playing up an injury angle that Ambrose played with for the whole entire match, that his knee was busted out. Basically, there was one point in the match when Rollins backed Ambrose into the corner and just kept yelling at him, how are you going to climb the ladder with no leg, and that basically his leg was injured. Every single time we thought Rollins had beat Ambrose down and there was nothing left for him to do, basically there was always a resurgence in Dean Ambrose trying to find something deep down below and jumping up and getting back into this. There was at one point when I thought he was crazy, the match left the ring area with Ambrose and Rollins fighting through the crowd. Lots of jokes were made about why Sheamus would not cash in the Money in the Bank while neither of these guys were in the ring. Come running down, add himself into the match, climb up a ladder, and grab the belt. I don't think right now the plan is for Sheamus versus Rollins, but anything could happen. But basically, Rollins left Ambrose laying maybe 100 feet away from the ring, went and grabbed a ladder and went to climb up the top to grab the briefcase. And, Ambrose, wasn't even in the picture, wasn't in the shot, and then came flying off of the announce table, jumping into the ring, basically making it where Rollins would not be able to be into this. Once again, we saw Rollins use the pedigree, the Triple H move to put himself over. Once both competitors climbed at the top of the ladder, both guys had their arms clenched inside of the championship, and instead of actually somebody reaching up and pulling the belt down, the belt sort of collapsed, breaking off of its ring from the weight that was being held on top of it, with Rollins and Ambrose hanging from it pretty much. And once they were on the ground, it was almost like it was a tug of war, but the belt went right into Rollins' hand because of Ambrose's arm injury, with both guys falling off of the top of the ladder. Rollins was declared the victor, and he is the champion. Ambrose looks like he's just big-time defeated as Triple H makes his way to the ring to cradle Seth Rollins, calling him his champion and basically, congratulating him on the big win. So as Money in the Bank fades out of the picture, we have Seth Rollins beating Dean Ambrose with the WWE Championship. This feud started over a year ago. Basically the big thing of the Money in the Bank ladder match last year going for the actual briefcase was the first time Rollins and Ambrose were going to be in the same match, even though I believe there was 4 other, maybe 5 other competitors in this ring. It was all about Ambrose and Rollins, and Ambrose was taken out by Kane and by Rollins, and he wasn't able to win the briefcase. Rollins ended up becoming the Money in the Bank, which then he would take and carry all the way until becoming the champion at WrestleMania 31. So a big, long feud. I'm sure these guys are going to be connected for almost the rest of their WWE career. So we'll see where we go from here. Monday Night Raw live tomorrow night on USA. We'll see what we got.